Hello, my name is Michelle Bentz, and I am your instructor for the online instructor-paced marriage and family course. And this will be a quick video tutorial how to function in the course. I'm going to go over the course homepage and just give you some tips and information about how I grade and what to look out for when you're taking this course. As I mentioned, my name is Michelle Bentz, and I'm very laid back, so feel free whenever you address me to just address me by Michelle or whatever you're comfortable with. I've been working at the college for about 15 years. I've been teaching for about 9. And prior to that, I was a career counselor. And then prior to that, my background was in the criminal justice field. I was a probation officer. I've done some family support work. I've worked for the federal government. So I've had a wide range of different jobs and different lives, as I like to refer to them. So you'll hear me reference them every so often when you're speaking to me or through course content. As I mentioned, this is an instructor-paced course, so what that means is that there will be weekly due dates. You'll note as you're checking through the course calendar that all of the work for this course is due on Tuesday nights. So that's the date you really want to pay attention to, is what comes due on Tuesday night. You're welcome to work throughout the course at your own pace. You can always work ahead. And I do accept late work if you get behind. However, you do lose a few points for work being late. So always pay attention to that Tuesday due date. And as I mentioned to you, summers are busy, fall are sometimes busy whenever I teach this class. So if you ever have to be gone for a period of time, I am flexible. Please just get in touch with me. Let me know the dates you're going to be gone, and we can always make an arrangement for work if you need to have some adjustments on due dates. I just need you to communicate with me. What I'd like to do is take a moment and just walk you through the course homepage. Right now, if you can see my cursor on the screen here, this is the Marriage and Family course homepage. So after you log into Web Central, you'll want to click on this SOCH 2160 DCWD1, and that will bring you to this course homepage. A couple things I'll point out: the screen bar up here is full of different resources. If you ever have technical difficulties, you can submit a help desk. It also highlights some phone numbers you can call throughout the day that will take you to some individuals that can help you if you're running into points where you need assistance. It's called our CCC Service Center, and with online courses that can be very handy. So if you call this 308 number down here, they will certainly help you if it's during their office hours. If it's not, you can scroll down and submit an online, through this page, an online help desk as well. Here's also where you access your student email. Check your email frequently. Sometimes I send out email announcements. Most often I will keep it within the course and submit a course announcement, but every so often you'll want to check your email at least once a week. Over here you'll see the quick email, the compose a new email. This is a great place to go to if you want to quickly email me. You just go to compose course email. When you submit your email, it comes right to me. The quick mail is not where you check your email, though. If you want to check your email, you need to log into your student email here. There's also some variety of other different resources up here. In terms of software, one thing that I do recommend for this course is to use the course in Firefox. Firefox is probably the best software in terms of a browser, not software, but a browser, an internet browser to use for this Moodle course shell that we do all of our work in at Central Community College. Firefox is free. It's about a 5-minute download. I would highly recommend it. You can still use Internet Explorer. You can still use Google Chrome. You can still use Safari. But I will tell you, every so often I run into students having problems with Google Chrome in particular. That tends to create some havoc, especially in the testing environment. So Firefox tends to be the one that gives the least amount of errors and problems. So as I mentioned, I would maybe encourage you to download the Firefox browser. If you need to access the bookstore, here's a quick link to the bookstore as well to get the book. So if we scroll down here, you'll see my direct contact information is right here. You can certainly call me. I do check my voicemail throughout the summer, so if you would happen to call, I would still access that. Probably the fastest way to reach me, though, is via email. I check my email frequently, probably 100 times throughout the day, so that's one of the best ways to get a hold of me. If I'm ever going to be out of town throughout the semester, I will send you a class announcement to let you know if I would happen to not be checking my email very frequently. And then depending on when you're taking this course, if it's summer or fall, you'll want to pay attention to your course due dates. And so you can see usually I put a little bit of a disclaimer at the right at the top of the page as to when the course starts and ends and when's the final date that I'll be accepting any work. Your syllabus is located right here. You click on that link, it will pop up a link to your syllabus. As you open that, I just want to point out a couple items within the syllabus that will help you. Again, my information's here. It gives you my office hours, gives you the course start and end date, gives you the description of the course, purpose goals, but the grading information might be something that you want to pay a little interest in. My scale, I grade on a 10-point grading scale, and then the work to be completed by the end of class. You'll need this for one of your first assignments, the Welcome to Class assignment. You'll see we have 4 tests. We have chapter quizzes. You have some marriage and family activities. They're worth a variety of points. You also have 1 personal story reflection paper that's due at the end of the semester. I'll give you some prompts on that as we go along. And kind of help explain that in my course announcements, and then you have some discussion questions. Now this may change from semester to semester, so make sure you read the syllabus that's presented to you on your course homepage. Every so often I fluctuate these activities or their point value, so make sure you pay attention to your course syllabus. Next, here's where I'll post all my instructor announcements. So oftentimes each week I'll try and do a recap of the assignment that was due for that week, or maybe something that was pertinent if there was a discussion question. So always check your course announcements. What's also very important to pay attention to are your upcoming events, or basically your calendar. And so I'm going to switch my view so it looks just like your view. Yours is just a little bit slightly different. And so you can see I have my calendar, which it's called upcoming events. I have it what I call docked on the left hand side of my screen. Typically when a student logs in, your calendar is usually over here on the right hand side. So if you're looking for your calendar, it's probably located over here. And what's handy about that is it will tell you what's due from week to week. And so you'll notice we have activities due usually that first Tuesday of the class. So please pay attention to your course calendar. The other nice thing is if you scroll down to the bottom, you can go to the calendar and get a visual idea of what's going to be due coming up right away. So you usually see the activities. And if it's an assignment, it will give you a direct link to that assignment. If it's not, if it happens to be a discussion forum, discussion forums are not live links. So you can see this is an example of one. Participate in the Policy New What Does Poverty Threshold Buy discussion. This is not a live link. That's just a technical flaw with the software that we use. And so you have to go to your course homepage or to your activity menu, which again, I have mine on my left-hand side of the screen. Yours might be located over here on the right. If you go directly to your activity menus, you can go right to the advanced forums. You can go right to a list of assignments, or you can go right to a list of the quizzes and tests. So I just wanted to point that out to you. Also, in terms of the calendar, if you don't like this view, you can also click on the monthly view, and you will get a visual that way if you're a really visual person, just to see what's due each week. So I have all the assignments due on Tuesdays. The discussion forums are open the entire week. I'd encourage you to do those soon so that in the discussion forums you have the opportunity to reply to at least one other classmate's post. In your assignments, those come directly to me, and I grade those directly, and I will provide you feedback. In terms of the advanced forums, you have to respond to my link. So I'll give you an example of that. If you go to your advanced forums page, you will click on the forum link, read the question up here, and then you will scroll down. And on yours, it'll be just a little bit different. You will respond to this this discussion. And when here's your reply. So when you click on that link, it'll allow you to hit your reply. You will get 5 points for your initial reply, and then you also must go back in and respond to at least one other classmate's post to receive the full 10 points. If you do not do that and you go to check your grade, you will notice that you're only getting 50%, or it might look like you failed the discussion forum. That's because you did not reply to another classmate's post. So in order to get full points, you must reply to another classmate's post. And I do have some information out here in terms of how I grade these There's a course overview here, read, welcome to class. When you click on that, this gives you just, again, a little more details outside of the syllabus, little information about me, my grading scale, but most importantly, if you notice up here on the right-hand side of your screen, the discussion class requirements, activity requirements. You're going to want to go in here and read these, and it teaches you just a little bit about how I grade them. What I would highly recommend is that you follow along on your course homepage. So stick with this course homepage and follow along week to week. So for example, during the first week, this is the first folder we'll be in. So you can actually highlight that, just that folder, if you want to look at just that, and see what is going to be due for that week. So I always recommend read the chapter, use the chapter notes if you'd like to use those, do the activities as they're presented to you on the course page. So just go in a sequential order. Do the welcome to class activity, do the quiz, do this activity, and then it gives you just a little bit of feedback how to wrap up that unit. So I highly recommend sticking with the way I have things laid out on the screen. You can always go back up to your course homepage if you don't want to look at it just that week. The other thing I'll mention to you is always be careful and cautious of looking what's due week to week. Depending on the semester I teach it, sometimes there are 2 folders of activities that are due each week. Maybe it's a condensed week, or maybe we have to speed things up. So sometimes you may have to do activities in folder 1 and 2. So you need to make sure you pay attention to the dates on your upcoming events on what will be due each week. It isn't always just a folder a week, sometimes it's 2. I usually will always grade work on Wednesdays, so pay attention to your grade. Go to your grade screen, which is usually located on your right here. There will be a link that says grades. Click on that, and then it will show you all the feedback as well as what your grade is for that activity. So please make sure you check your grades sometimes after Wednesday. Don't jump around. I always give feedback and actively monitor your grade. If you ever get a 0 for something, that means I didn't get it. So please contact me and we can always work something out, figure out what happened. As always, I look forward to getting to know you and learning a little bit more about yourself. I'm always open to questions or discussions, so please contact me if you're struggling or something doesn't make sense. I'm always happy to talk with you, and email is usually the best way to do that. So feel free to email me at any time. I usually email usually within the day. If I receive your email, if it's at night, I'll email you the next day. So again, good luck in the class, and I look forward to getting to know you.